Okay. Terribly sorry about the interruption. This is happening a little bit more often while I stream, which I'm not too crazy about. But we will live with what we have. Normally there is a problem with corrupt save files. Yes, indeed I did. The interruption. This is happening a little... Yeah, so it looks like... Okay, so first of all, the save file isn't corrupted, which is the good thing. I'm not noticing... So it looks like everybody's talking about guessing that I had a crash. I did send a message in chat saying that, so if it's not coming through, I apologize. But we should be good to go. I don't know how much of the game we're missing out on, but... But we should be good to go. I don't know. Okay. Let's just... Alright, so Aquitaine owns this again. This is bizarre. Oh well. Am I still the king of Sweden? No. Do my vassals hate me? No. So I can reconsider that decision. No, you know what? Here, I'll just get myself elected. Apparently I can't. Alright, so the real question is, do I want to do that really ridiculous... Yes. Yes, I do. Oh, he's still considering the revoked title offer. Okay, so we actually didn't lose that much. So we'll just slowly advance time so I can continue my tyrannical behavior, and then we'll be good to go. Ah, we've got a Black Dahlia in the house. Sorry, it's Crusader Kings 2. I know this is not your game, but thank you for stopping by. And please, for those of you, we mentioned Black Dahlia earlier, but magnificent man and a friend of the stream. He's somebody who helped me get past that 100 viewer mark. So if you have not visited his channel, please stop by. He was playing Advanced Warfare. He just finished that, and I believe we're going to be having a combined insurgency game at some point. I probably won't stream that because I have a feeling it won't stream very well with my settings. But I will at least be providing some target practice, most likely. I'm not very good at that game. Okay. So, Småland. Actually, this also gives me a chance to make sure that I can revoke that guy's county as well. Valdemar. So he's got Oland and Småland. Now, the big reason why I wanted the kingdom was basically that's just a constant CB on the rest of the territory. So this is my opportunity to basically bulldoze as much territory as I can and add that into my realm. The drawback is that I have made a lot of enemies with that action, and it's going to be very hard for me to change the laws. I am 21 though, so there's enough time for me to be able to repair that damage and hopefully institute the laws that I want. But it will be a little bit of a challenge. I'm getting a confirmation from the good Doc Chalk that the stream quality is consistent with what it normally is. If anybody is experiencing otherwise, I would love to know. Okay, so I'm going to nominate my heir to the throne, just in case. And then I believe I will fix this vassal limit as soon as I steal the duchy. Oh, nice. It seems like there's a much longer delay than... Sorry, I should probably just say stuff rather than type in chat, but thank you, Kite. It's good to... I know it sounds really needy when I'm always asking about feedback for the quality, but it's just because the data that I'm getting from my streaming program isn't that good. So I want to make sure that I'm not kind of talking to a vacuum and you guys are seeing a slideshow, because I actually watched a stream like that, and it was not fun. All right. My liege, peace be with you. I humbly accept your decision to revoke the Duchy of Smaland, though it grieves me deeply. Do I want to take Oland? Yes, because I thought I had all family members in there. So, again, this is going to cause big problems with my vassals' attitudes towards me. But if I get all this done right away, it's going to give me the flexibility to accomplish what I need later. So there's actually 3 territories in Smaland, which is good because I can just give that to the owner.
Read, for lack of a better word, is good.
Who just donated something? My God. So there's supposed to be an animation that comes up. I'm very sorry that happened, but CPO Williams, my God, man. That's such a kind donation from you. Thank you very much for that. That actually makes a good point. We got a donation for Sunless Sea. But, well, I mean, it wasn't specifically for Sunless Sea, but that's what we used the money for. I'm always open to suggestions. I mean, I definitely have some ideas in terms of what I would like to do for games and things that I think would be fun to do on stream and that. But, I mean, this is as much for you guys as it is for me. And I am absolutely... I mean, one thing is the number of followers so far is one thing. The fact that you guys interact so much in chat. But, I mean, to a point now that you guys are giving me hard-earned money, that is a reality that I am having a little bit of difficulty adjusting to. So, thank you so much. I think the biggest goal for me right now is to be a good steward of that. So it's just a long way of me saying that if there is something that you guys would like to see that is not in my Steam library, the only thing that I ask is that it be Mac compatible, as that is the only streaming platform that I have. I will not... I mean, with the donations, there is always an option there to say, you know, what you'd like to see that put towards. Obviously, I will always have veto power on things that happen on stream. But, I mean, I am very happy to hear what you guys would like to see on stream, because I think that cash flow is a really good opportunity for me to do some things that I wouldn't have normally been able to do. So, Maticus Ray, how the hell are you doing? CPO Williams, that's a very, very generous thing for you to say. It's nice. I always keep that anything that comes in, I keep in kind of a separate account. So I think the best thing to do when you don't know what to do with a donation is hang on to it and strike when the iron is hot. So the fact that you have been with the stream and have held on with it for so long is one thing, but you've done me a great kindness, sir. So thank you. I'm not very good at dealing with things like this. I'll do better. But well, guys, thank you. Alright, now that I'm done being nice to you guys, I'm going to be terrible to my vassals. Alright, so... Moray... Okay, so he gets Smaland. And the lower titles. And that should put me to 11 out of 10 for my domain size. Yeah. Now, one critical thing about that is a lot of the resentment that's... I mean, the majority of resentment for me is going to be coming from my tyrannical acts. But one thing that's going to exacerbate it is having too many duchies. So if I can get rid of that as soon as I can, I'm good. Another thing that I can do is get rid of this county. I just need to find an appropriate recipient because I am eventually going to make them a duke. Indeed, yeah. It's actually one really rewarding thing that's been coming up with slightly more regular streams is that some of the people I haven't seen for a while, there's just been some opportunities to see, to have them come back, have the times work out. So it's really good to, to be able to see some people who saw the stream in slightly rougher forms. Theoretically, we have fancy graphics and all of that, but let me just do I'm going to do a quick follow alert just to see whether or not we're able to look at. Well, I didn't hear the audio.
I would never want
Oh, okay.
any club that would have someone like me for a member.
So it must have been the one problem. That's a shame. Freighter 5, good to see you again too. How you doing tonight? How's everybody doing tonight, actually? I know I asked that earlier in the stream, but we've got more people.
Greed, for lack of a better word, is good.
Yeah. Sorry, CPO Williams. Looks like that was just you that was not working out for.
This is a test donation.
No, that's not a problem at all. In fact, so CPO Williams, I know you were, for a while, you were looking to do Evolve, weren't you? Did you ever get that stream up and running? I know I've got you followed, I believe, but I didn't actually see anything online when I was looking. Tonight, we're taking the House of Rose on a Scandinavian vacation, Freighter 5. We also might take a little bit of time in Spain. But right now we're sort of working on converting the Muslim heathens. Actually, let me work on giving away titles. So it was Seyfried. Lots of sons. I'm mostly looking for... I mean, I'm looking for people who are unlikely to get titles through other means. Because I don't want vassals with too much power. So I'm just going deep into the family tree looking for this kind of stuff. I smell like poo. How is it going? I believe I owe you some commentary on the recent happenings with Nintendo, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that sucks, CPO. Sorry to hear it. I hope that doesn't deter you from streaming in general. It'd be really nice to see what you come up with, but I know there's a lot of stuff that I'd really love to do on stream that I can't because of those resource limitations. So definitely feel you on that. I'm sorry, guys. I know family trees are not the most exciting thing to look at, but it's an important part of managing my realm. So like this is actually an example of the sort of relationship I don't want to see between vassals. So this guy is a duke that's going to pass down to Bjornthelm, who already has a title, like has land. So ideally, I'm keeping things as fragmented as possible, so somebody can't become a credible threat to my authority. No, not a problem. Single player in Evolve or something different? Okay, this is a perfect example of the relationship I'm looking for. So, you've got elderly guy, so that title's going to go down to this other safe rod. Man, these guys really love this name. So if I give it to like this youngest son here, it's very unlikely that he is going to get... Oh god, I don't even remember what title I'm supposed to give him. It's very unlikely that he's going to wind up inheriting the duchy. Give him Viken. Oh yeah, of course Maticus Race. Sorry, I wasn't even thinking. But you are right. So basically the plan for this one is when I go to the duchy view, I'm going to claim these territories. I'm going to usurp the title, and he will become the new Duke of Västergötland. So can we go to war right away? No, we cannot. Oh, but that's because he's not independent. We've got a treaty, so we don't want to do that. He controls all of that, eh? Actually, while I'm at it, let me just see... Kingdom of Sweden. So... I don't know if I can conquer all of this in my current lifetime, but we'll try. We'll definitely try. You'll be replacing your CPO tomorrow, and you'll be able to play Crusader Kings 2 again. Looking forward to multiplayer CK2 games that you promised. No stuff like hand... Yeah, that'd be great to do a multiplayer Crusader Kings 2 game. Actually, what we should do, we should actually work out... I don't know if there's a limit in terms of the number of people who can play. We should actually work out the people who are on the stream, own the game, or are just generally interested in playing a multiplayer game. We can see how many bodies we can pack into that that lobby. That would be really fun. I've never played it multiplayer. I'd really like to give it a shot. Not a big goat, a goat with breadth and depth. Beautiful. All right, I'm really looking to conquer stuff. No CB. Oh, it's because it's Denmark. And, well, I guess I can go help the crusade, actually. It was a disaster the last time. Ooh. Do I want... Yes. Yes, we will. We'll just be smart about how we do this. Oh, actually, the other thing that I can do right now, because all my vassals hate me... I'm going to focus on dukes first. And let's not do the negative 100s because they might like me less. This is a perfect example. Somebody who has a negative 70 opinion of me and is still relatively young. I need to do some damage control as far as relations go. As I fire my chancellor. A raging 10-year-old. Yeah, Goat Simulator confirmed. How's it going? Glad you stopped by the channel. Yeah, so this is the catch here, is that I'm going to have factions coming out the ears. There's actually a couple of them I'm a little worried about. Plot to kill the princess? Well, that could actually turn out in my favor, because I could probably imprison some of these. Some of these conspirators. No. But not somebody important, so. Alright, well, so much for that. Let's at least end the plots where they are killing family members. This guy probably... Oh, nope, this guy likes me, so... Look at that. I was hoping to go on the pilgrimage, but... I think I've got a bit of a wait for that because the crusade's going on. I really don't like sending people into hiding, so I'm going to have to risk it. Oh right, I cancelled that plot. What am I saying? At this point here, I'm really waiting on... I'm waiting on my spy master to produce some results as far as the as far as factions are concerned. And my retinue is moving, isn't it? I don't even know where they are now. Then expel the Jews. That's where Hitler failed. Well, I mean, I think expulsion would have been preferable to what he did. I'm hoping this isn't the onset of another crash. Nope, just thinking. Okay, so we got attacked somewhere, and we've got another independence faction. I am actually getting a little worried about the factions just because of the size. It's actually... I think we should change our target. She is in Warwick. I mean, with 23, you'd kind of expect him to be a little more effective at his job, but it doesn't always work that way. Yeah, it's not the most appealing color, but it's attention getting. I'll give them that. I'm just gonna babysit these guys. It'd be nice to build a little more infrastructure, but I have a feeling I may need... Ah, here we go. My liege, I believe that one of your vassals can be discouraged from associating with conspiratorial factions if the proper leverage is obtained. How do you wish to proceed? Ask politely. Yeah, the spy master is not a fan. Honored Emperor, thank you for reminding me of my duties and obligations as your vassal. You are right, of course. For the foreseeable future, you have my promise not to support factions conspiring against you. Oh, he was pretty effective that time, so I need to wait for the next one. The question is, do I keep working on Lower Crown Authority in England, or do I go for Prince Copsage? I think I should just worry about numbers. So we will go to Wessex next, when the time comes. You had a spy master who was your rival for a couple decades before you noticed. That was funny. Yeah, I mean, in this playthrough, I had a wife who basically tried to kill me every couple of years. But she did produce a lot of kids, so I couldn't really stay angry at her. I mean, the problem is the Spy Master's really good, so I am keeping him in place. And I mean, the biggest thing is that I just need to ride out the worst of it, because the... Oh, I really want to help with that fight. Oh, it looks like we're winning anyway. That's what you get for being decadent. The one thing I will say is, as long as I can ride out the... Like, all of this hate comes specifically because I revoked so many titles. But as long as I can keep everything intact for, you know, the couple of decades that are required, everybody's just going to love me by the end of it. So as long as I... Grand Viziers are never evil. That is the same king that got... Well, it wasn't so much a bar fight. It was... I think it was like just a bunch of... Wasn't it like just a bunch of drunken ruffians on the street or something like that? Yeah, that guy was badass. Kids suck, they always revolt. Yeah. You just need a firm hand and a large stack of retinue. Exactly. You people know exactly my ruling style. But yeah, I mean, in this particular case, we're not that bad off. Like, the opinions suck right now, but they suck for very understandable reasons. And as long as the wheels don't fall off the kingdom, and the time it takes for that to wear off, we'll be in a good spot. And then I don't need to worry about like doing a mass title revoking again. Who did you form Britannia as? I started off as the lowly Count of Westmoreland, who had to face down 10,000 Vikings. And through all these adventures, this is what we got for Britannia right now. We do have the Kingdom of Sweden, so as long as this guy doesn't have an untimely death, we'll be able to incorporate most of this, I think. I mean, I do have that drawback of the fact that we've got peace treaties. But other than that, we should be fairly good to go. Freighter 5 actually put put it much better than I did. I think I'm going to hire all of you as my chroniclers for these adventures. If any of you are good with a lute, you can sing the song of the House of Rose. How the hell did I met the 10,000 Vikings? Well, I actually just let them conquer me, and then I waited until they were weak, and I declared my independence. This is the big thing. This is like it's like the Godfather. It's all about family in this playthrough. Okay, I gotta be careful, because there's no way that we're going to be able to face that down. But I do have a feeling we can at least gobble up the 1,000 troops here. They are getting really close. That was a really stupid thing for me to do, but I think we'll survive it. Get the hell out of there! And why does Germany have part of Armenia? We're just taking a slightly different path in history, that's all. It was Grandpa. All Grandpa. Man, if I ever get to a point where I'm having Twitch t-shirts, you better believe there's going to be a Grandpa shirt. Okay, who do I need to take out in this faction? 5,000 troops. 5,000 troops. 3,000 troops. 4,000. He likes me the least, so... Spymaster who hates me is taking a trip to Wessex. And my Chancellor isn't trying to fabricate that claim anymore, right? Nope. Now is a time for me to make sure I don't do something stupid and lose my retinue to barbarians. So they're heading to my area. They arrive on April the 4th, but we will be out of there April the 2nd? Yeah, we need to hide behind the Byzantines, I think. Yeah, look at those poor dumb Austrians? Yeah, Austrians. This is why I'm not committing more to the Crusade, because, well, one, I've got factions to deal with now, but two, the computer allies are just so unreliable. Yeah, I guess I'll help the Greeks with their Muslim problems. My liege, I am pleased to report that your errant subject, Ferdinand de Braga, has converted to the Catholic faith. Praise God. Nice, but I would rather you convert the population. I'd rather not have heathens wielding their curvy swords in my lands. So here's a question for you guys, actually, because I know some of you have found this channel through looking for Crusader Kings 2. When I am on... Like, so one thing is I'm always looking for ways to become better at streaming and also better at Crusader Kings, because I am still relatively new to the game. What I'm curious about, though, is I noticed that the game doesn't seem to have that many people playing it whenever I check. Now, is this a game that's just generally understreamed, or is it just that there's a certain time when people come on and play this, and I just haven't found that sweet spot yet? You often commit to the crusade by sailing to some lands not considered the war gold and sieging them down while the AI mucks about elsewhere. Yeah, well, I mean, if I did actually contribute quite a bit already. I think I'm still the top. Yeah, I'm still at 19%. I'm eventually going to lose that to the Knights of Calatrava. Nicklore1, thank you very much for hitting the follow button. I appreciate that. So, I do. And this is another thing, too. I was talking about Black Dahlia and Jesse Quill and all of that. It's really... I can remember a time when I didn't have anybody to talk to on this channel. And actually, Jesse Quill helped me through that in terms of just keeping the dialogue going. So, I never take it for granted that there are people in chat to interact with. It's really nice that you guys are giving me, something to respond to. So every time I see that follow notification, I'm happy. Thank you for doing that. But yeah, CK2 is okay. Yeah, so it looks like it's under stream. Well, that's good. I mean, it fills a niche, I guess. I noticed there's a couple people who stream Europa Universalis, which is good because I'm not very good at it. But it's a shame that people don't do more CK2 because I think it's actually a really good title by Paradox. I know it seems like a couple of the EU4 people don't like Crusader Kings as much, but I think it's a game that really stands on its own. I think it's a worthy entry. It gives, what's nice about it is it has all of the features of Europa Universalis 4 that make it fun, or most of the features. I won't say all of the features, but it has most of the stuff that makes EU4 fun, but it is very much its own game. And again, I've talked about this a couple of times on stream. I think it's just because it is about a different period of time where it was the individuals that kind of mattered a little bit more, whereas EU4 is sort of about states and, and this sort of shift in priorities. So I really like that Paradox seemed to be sort of tuned in to making a game that reflected sort of their vision of of the time period. So, Vader 5, you're going to test something, all right? You just started watching because you were hoping that somebody's going to do something stupid. Well, that's usually a description of me, especially when I go to war. So just hang on, a raging 10-year-old. You'll you'll get what you're looking for soon. Think CK2 is better than EU4 in your opinion? Yeah, I can definitely see that argument. I mean, I think I've found it easier to... I should unpause and at least get a little something done. Oh, but I'd rather not lose my troops, so I'll at least watch them. I definitely found it easier to get into, and I found it... I'm finding EU4 very difficult to get a toehold in terms of, like, playing the game effectively. So I think CK2 is more accessible. Although I would also say that like a couple of things that I talk about, I'd say the games are definitely more different rather than one being better than the other. But I've certainly gotten more... I can find Crusader Kings 2 very rewarding to stream, and I don't think I'm at a point yet where I could stream EU4 that effectively. When you murder your wife so you can marry the niece who you wooed, it feels great. Oh man, Nicolor. So, okay, and CK2 has a dating and sim aspect to it. Testing conclusive, you followed and unfollowed again. Oh, okay. That's good to know, actually. Normally it does seem to trigger the alert. Now, the alert is kind of slow, so it could be that comes up. And we just haven't run into it yet. I'm a little nervous that I can't see that doom stack. Let's go deeper into Greek territory. EU4 is easier. Huh. Yeah, I always seem like... My problem with EU4 is that there seem to be, like, these miracle fights that happen where, like, I have just such a clear advantage, and, like, it's not that the cavalry out numbers my infantry or something like that. Like, it's a legitimate, sure thing fight. And then out of nowhere, the AI wins the battle. Like, and it happens so often. I find it really frustrating. So there's something about the combat in that game that I don't quite understand. And I actually deliberately held my tongue from the language that I wanted to use, so I want to just double check that I'm not. Okay, so Freighter 5, I at least got an email notifying me that you're that you followed again, but I noticed that the notification wasn't there. So I suspect probably Twitch Alerts wants to avoid spamming this kind of stuff. And I mean, let's face it, I've got Woody Allen for a sound, so I suspect probably everybody's kind of happy that they're not hearing that too many times. Not that Woody Allen's bad, just he's got one of those voices. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I think I just need to sit down with EU4 and get a handle on it. It's probably me that's the problem. But what was I? Oh yeah, so to Nicolor's point, I don't believe it was in this playthrough. I think it was just when I was learning combat in EU4 tends to incite BS screeches. Yeah, it's why, like, I'm really scared to do Iron Man EU4. Because this, like, I feel generally confident as far as...
I would never want to belong to any club.
Well, there's your answer, Freighter 5. Apparently Twitch Alerts does not care how often that gets spammed, so why should I? CK2, you spend 5 years to get one province, then get wrecked by factions, 700%. Yeah. You have a larger army than your army victory is mine. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I had, I got to tell you about this poor unfortunate son that I had. So, like, I was probably like a 60-year-old ruler or something like that. I guess I'll help these, what are they? Bavarians? Oh, well, looks like the Bavarians got their asses kicked, but I'll deal with the infidels. Nothing the House of Rose can't handle. Yes, you too get to see Kevin Spacey doing the "you rule" sign. Why are we starving? So anyway, so this son, so he's like 60-year-old king, and he has an opportunity to start an affair with somebody in the court. And I mean, obviously, you want as many sons as you can get. So go to her chamber and give her a good tumble. And it turns out that it's actually my son's wife. and I have a bastard, and I decide for the kick. Like, again, it's like one of the second games that I played. I legitimize the bastard because why not? The bastard turns around. He kills my son to inherit the kingdom. So it's like, I cuckolded my son. I legitimized the bastard I had through his wife. The bastard grows up to steal his lands by assassinating him. That is one unfortunate guy. But, I mean, let's face it, the bastard clearly deserved the throne more. Seika 2 is about diplomatic relations between you and your vassals, while EU4 is about diplomatic relations between you and the nations that'll... Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, and that was actually one of the things, too, is I don't actually know how to see the aggressive expansion that your nation has. So all of a sudden I find that, I'm doing really well at the whole war thing, and then, suddenly there's a coalition after me. And I had no idea that they were going to form because I just had no indication of what my my aggressive expansion was at. It looks like we can replace another chaplain. Slightly worse than the last one, but he can still go converting those curvy-sworded followers of the Prophet. Still have faction problems. Although honestly, this one I'm a little worried about, but other than that, we're in a fairly good spot. There's a side of me that also thinks maybe we should just start assassinating people. Yeah, Zaire likes me. It's been a while since I've done a targeted killing. It's a map mode for it? Just steamroll. I don't know what's up with your dynasty lately, but you have a lot of lesbians. Before they get too strong. Yeah, well, I mean, there was one ruler that I deliberately provoked a bunch of vassals into rebelling so I could stomp them. I'm not actually too worried about any of these factions, but I like to keep them from becoming problems. I also don't really have much to do until the crusade is over. I'm not going to be able to go on any of my pilgrimages or something like that. So it seems pretty sensible to just make some money. I'm a little worried about these guys. Where are they going? I think they're heading straight for me. Yep. Another errant subject for the Catholic faith. I want the people. Oh, that's actually a worry too. News has reached court that a claimant to one of my titles, Alf, is hiring men for an attack against me. Oh dear, I hope he's not prone to accidents. Not too worried about... I mean, sometimes you get just this absolutely ridiculous number of people attacking you, but I will risk it. I don't know if I really want to continue on with the siege. I mean, it's just going to weaken my retinue, and it's not like I'm going to be able to take the province. Yeah, I can't see anything that's going on. I think... Okay, I'm at least going to see what these guys see, but I have a feeling I've got 12,000 angry Muslims coming to get me. Okay, you know what? Screw you guys. Not Alf, no! Oh, Jesus Christ! Okay. Prince Judith of Britannia is now legal age. She became a mastermind theologian. Get out of the house. Do I want to marry King of Aquitaine? So, in one sense, that's good because it's Carling. I get a lot of prestige for it, and they have a fairly reasonable army, but it does mean that I can't... Well, I mean, I can take over those territories, but I suffer some penalties for it. What else could we do? Polish? Let's see what prestige. That's 132 prestige compared to. Yeah, I gotta go for the prestige. Yet an unusual turn of events where the ecumenical patriarch took over the Byzantine Empire, and they have been relentlessly holy warring ever since. It's great. Yeah, I mean, this is one thing that I love too. I think this is like 2 playthroughs ago that we had this happen. Whoa, 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 whoa. Run away, you fools. We had a... it was like a member of the family who sort of renounced his claims to any titles and wanted to join like the Knights Hospitalia or something like that. We actually ran into him on a crusade, or not a crusade, on a pilgrimage to Jerusalem. Like the same guy. It was like he left the house when he was 20 and there was like a couple of generations that died out early. And he like was just this 80-year-old guy helping pilgrims out, and it turns out like they're related. You can't make that stuff up. Like that's really one of the great rewards about playing Crusader Kings 2. So, ally and take northern France. Yeah. I'm still partial to taking Spain if I'm completely honest. I also actually really don't need the troops to be able to take any of those. I think, what's France looking at as far as military power? 10,000 troops. And I have enough boats that I could basically get my whole army in their territory. The only thing I'd need to worry about is starvation. Singith asks, Daddy, where do children come from? Daddy will tell you when you get older. You know there are bees and flowers, or be silent or I'll slap you. So, well, it's a daughter. Oh, wait, no. She might actually become queen, so this seems right. Singith seems to work so hard when she needs something done. She has gained the diligent trait. Diligently finding out where babies come from. Okay. My usual algorithm here is just to find the highest stewardship and at least sort of average other stats, but it looks like I've got some really unbalanced tutors. I mean, I almost think this guy is worth it just because I can at least train up from 6. If I do it myself, like I've got 0 diplomacy, so... Although, I mean, the Duke of Man, I mean, his espionage is really low, which is going to be a problem if I still have these angry vassals. I think I will go for him, though. At least that gets somebody with a slightly higher opinion of me as well. Alright, time to break up some plots. Actually, let's not be so hasty. Okay, so he's got negative 51 opinion of me, but his heir is not of my bloodline. That doesn't make any sense. Alright, well. For the family. Okay, well. Maybe not for the family. He's my kinsman, but he doesn't actually have anything. But he likes me, so... And I need all the friends I can get. Yeah. Plotter hates me, so let's see if we can stop these guys from... I'll at least starve the plot. This guy likes me, so... Oh, but he... Oh, he will say yes. Good distractions. Yeah, that's fair. It looks like he's in hiding, so I don't need to worry so much about that. But he does have a high opinion of me, so we'll make life a little easier for him. Alright, he's my kinsman, his heir... Oh wait, it is my kinsman. I don't know why I don't see the blood. I have these 2 poor children whose educators keep dying every year. That happens to me all the time. Alright, I'm not going to read out the begging letters. You guys already know what they sound like. There's a side of me that kind of wants to start building again, but not until, like, once dangerous factions are gone, I'll think about that. Well, if Bad Idea Panda isn't here, I just noticed Yip has started up again, so I have a feeling there's going to be some dying light. Alright, so I'm just going to hang out on the outskirts here. I mean, I'd love to be taking some territory right now, but as long as these 13,000 are hanging around, there's not much I can do about it. And boats are expensive, so at the very, like, the reason why I don't want to put up more troops is, yeah, I'm missing out on stuff like the pilgrimage, but the big one for me is that right now I'm making 23 gold a month, which is not, you know, it's not like I'm raking it in, but at least, you know, it's something, right? They are gonna get their asses handed to them. Actually, which means I need to make myself scarce. So like at least I'm bringing in money. So once these wars are over, I'm going to be able to spend that on my realm. And if I don't spend it on my realm, it means that I've at least been using it for mercenaries to deal with the factions or whatever. Mission to Gwynedd has been a success. Aidwine the Cruel thinks I'm not as terrible as I used to be. Still hates me though. Aha, my liege, I believe that one of your vassals can be discouraged from associating with conspiratorial factions if the proper leverage is obtained. How do you wish to proceed? Obligate the vassal. They are going to kill me. Thank you for reminding me of my duties and obligations as a vassal. You are right, of course. For the foreseeable future, you have my promise not support factions conspiring against you. Very good. So one drawback here is I had a few more plans of conquest than we've actually accomplished. Oh, but it looks like this crusade's about to be lost, so I'm happy for that. Let's just march ourselves up to these northern territories and start thinking about what we can add to our territory, or add to our kingdom. Duke Thorod the Gentle is no longer guardian of Princess... because he died. Alright, what horrible lessons can we teach this poor cur... Actually, her stats are not that bad. So I've got... Okay, the nice thing about this is that diplomacy is already at... Oh wait, no, that's Judith. Never mind. Yeah, so those... I was going to say, those are amazing stats for a little kid. Okay. Still would rather have a higher stewardship if I can, but... Yeah, we'll do Wolf here. Again, they're not great stats, but they're at least ones that I can work with. Will you feel successful without improving relations or scheming? Your new emperor has no factions in the first 5 years of his reign. And then lesbian Leva of Kiva has to form one. Best laid plans. Alright. This guy... Do we have a truce with him? Yes. Maybe I should just assassinate him and take the territory. Oh, I've been missing this opportunity for a High Crown Authority. Okay, so I've reigned for at least 10 years. I need to start thinking about buttering up these Swedish nobles. Fate smiles upon me. My wife Alexandra is pregnant. I'm not going to dedicate my Chancellor to winning over these opponents quite yet. The factions are... Or no, the factions aren't a worry anymore. So I think I'll just get my Spy Master to focus on the factions, and I'm going to start buying votes. Nice job marrying a Greek. It's funny, 10-year-old. Okay. Zero diplomacy. I wonder why I have faction problems. Okay.